What's up, guys? Cody here, and I got a fun game that I literally just played. And this is using Riot's in-game replay system, so hopefully it all works out. In Spotlight wasn't working, and fortunately I caught onto it beforehand. But oof, oof. I had a blast this game. Um, So I'm playing Draven, and I am by myself this game. So I honestly had no idea what to expect through this game at all. I was kind of unsure as to how I would do because I hadn't actually played a Draven game by myself in a ridiculously long time, and I'm not the best Draven out there. However, this game looked pretty damn good, or at least the enemy looks pretty bad. Normally I've been playing with friends, and it's pretty easy to do well with any ADC with friends because you have occasion. But I was by myself for this, so this was interesting. Okay, to note, we have a jungle Teemo and a jungle Twitch on enemy teams, so junglers are kind of non-existent, especially for our team. This this game is it's gonna be interesting. So I think everyone understands how deadly a Braum support can be, especially in a lane that starts to get ahead. If the Braum support and his ADC get a lead, they are going to snowball that out of control. Especially if you don't have a good disengage. So that's kind of what's going to be happening in this game. And then put on top of that a Draven that starts to snowball out of control. Things get really messy here. So yeah. I'm not going to do a good job of farming or CSing or anything. You're going to notice that fairly fast here, that I'm going to do a pretty shit job at that. Well, I guess not shit, but I could be doing better. And that's one of the reasons why I'm playing Draven is, well, normals at least. I'm not going to play him in ranked yet, but playing him in normals because I want to practice him. I'm going to make sure I get better at him. So this is the beginning of the whole everything. So Braum gets his passive off on Caitlyn. You see there's a lot of stuttering from me. Or not Caitlyn, on Lulu. You're gonna see there's a lot of stuttering from me too. I just want to point it out, but the stuttering is because I'm not that confident on like my Draven abilities, and I'm clicking to do an input and then overriding it with another, you know. So I flash here, miss my E. Had I hit that E, I probably wouldn't die right here. I'm pretty sure I canceled an auto in there, and then I die from tower. So that was bad. But I mean, you know, it's not too bad this game. Just mostly because I'm Draven. I got 2 kills, the enemy ADC only has 1, and they're behind on CS. So Caitlyn's gonna come back with a Brawler's Glove, or whatever that's called, and boots, while I'm gonna come back with Vampiric Scepter and a Longsword. So I've got a lot of AD over here. And yeah. All their summoners are burned. Lulu's got her stuff, but that would kind of be an issue. Except for the fact that Lulu's running low on health. Braum, I'm gonna say Braum baits with stepping onto Caitlyn trap, and then Lulu screws up her exhaust here, and so now me and Braum are just like, okay, yeah, we just target these people down. You get the kill on Caitlyn. Braum knows that he's dead, so he makes sure to get his passive off on Twitch, and then I auto attack him down. And for whatever reason, Jax shows up. He decides he's gonna TP down for some reason. And he decides that taking out my control word is a bit more important. So yeah. I guess I should mention now that I haven't, for those of you that keep track of daily videos from me, a few of you that may be, I haven't been putting up much stuff lately just because there's a lot of construction work that goes on at my house during the day. And so I can't record any videos during that point of time when I am home. And I've kind of been waiting for solo queue to be back out, and Riot is just like, nah, we're not gonna bring that back out yet. And if they would just say something about it, it'd be nice. Lulu leaves her ADC, and that is key to me to go in. I should have pinged Braum that was my intentions. Had I done that, he probably would have gotten. He probably would have like gotten the idea faster. That like, oh hey, we're supposed to fight. However, I didn't think that, but he picked up on it pretty fast when I just started walking forward and auto-attacking Caitlyn. Pretty much, when you're ahead in your lane, if the support and ADC separate, and the ADC is within just, like, walking range of yourself to, you know, if all it's going to take is for you to just walk forward a little bit to auto-attack them because they're out of position, go and do it. The 80, like, you saw the Lulu walked up back when I started attacking the Caitlyn, so there was no way Lulu was going to get there in time to help Caitlyn. And so that's a misplay on Lulu's part and Caitlyn's part. Caitlyn should have been that far forward, and Lulu just shouldn't have walked off like that. So I want to stay right now because I have a pickaxe and another longsword ever since my last back. And Caitlyn just has some daggers, so she has more attack speed, I have more damage. And lifesteal. Plus I have warlords, she has fervor I think this game, which is not really what she should have. So yeah, pretty much it's just, all we're doing is we're waiting for Braum to get a good Q off on somebody. Then we go in. I was kind of scared of Twitch being around though. You can see that he's right there. So it was like I didn't want to exactly go in. So I was being a bit hesitant, and Braum kind of lost some health because he didn't quite understand that. But yeah, it's going good. I'm 6-1, so that means when I'm back, I'm gonna have plenty of cash. I think. When I back next time, I'm gonna have like 3,000 gold. The Lulu gets herself killed. I make sure to go and pick up my axe because I want the movement speed from it and the attack speed. And I heal during that fight to make sure Braum stays alive. Yeah, Draven is one of those ADCs that snowballs out of control and is really only good if you're actually good with him, which is why a lot of practice needs to be put into him. And I think I used to, I don't know, you can look back on other videos and figure out if I've said something about this, but it's gonna take a lot of digging to do that. But I used to say Draven was one of my worst ADCs. My 3 worst ADCs used to be Twitch, Vayne, and Draven. And it used to be Draven was my worst one, but then Vayne, then Twitch. And then I started playing those champions and I got better at them, and it wasn't so bad anymore. And you play them enough times and then it's like, oh, I'm actually really decent with them now. So now I can actually like do good. They're fighting off in the jungle here. I was completely oblivious to it, and I try to run in here late. It's not a big deal. What's gonna happen though is Twitch and Ziggs are gonna show up because we're taking blue buff and they know it. Braum is gonna accidentally take it, but Twitch is here. I screw up my E, and this is kind of funny. I'm trying to juggle. I'll pause it here for a sec. I'm trying to juggle Twitch and Ziggs here. I don't want to walk through Ziggs' mines because that's gonna slow me. I'm gonna take damage. So Braum is gonna go off and attack Ziggs, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I just kind of want this Twitch. Honestly, I have no idea what I should have done here, but what happens, it actually just works out. So I ult to try to get Ziggs. I probably should have put it a bit farther down and don't get it. I screw up on my E again, but Ziggs comes back and we get a free kill. So we got a Twitch flash and a kill there. So it worked out in the end, but I feel like I could have played that better. But that's what I was saying. I used to say that Draven, Twitch, and Vayne were my 3 worst ADCs, but you play a champion enough times and you get to be like, oh, I'm actually good with this champion now. And that's what happened. It happened with Twitch, although Twitch was a pretty meh. I got good with Twitch to the point where I was comfortable with playing him, but I was at the point where I was like, yeah, I'd rather just play other ADCs though, because I'm just better with other ADCs by a huge margin when compared to my Twitch. And so my Twitch is still pretty eh. From what I know, he's actually pretty decent this preseason right now. So I'll probably check him out, but I've been meaning to check out Vayne. And I got one game with her, but it was with a really shitty support, so I'm not really gonna say much about that. Like, I can't really make a judgment off of that game if, that happens. I flash here and Lulu shows up at the exact time I'm flashing, and Caitlyn survives. But Draven is one of those champions that I like playing just because he's different than other ADCs. He's not just like, oh yeah, just auto attack and that's it. He has a lot of damage. He's kind of like Callista back when she was like useful in season 5. Because once I figured out that, like, oh, Callista's a good champion, I spam the crap out of her, which is why I'm level 5 Callista right now. But no one plays Callista because she sucks. And that's why you haven't seen the Callista game. That's why you won't have seen the Callista game on my account for probably about 6 months to a year. And so I feel like Draven's kind of like Callista in the sense that Callista can seriously punish you if you are bad at positioning, because all it takes is one auto attack from Callista to position herself onto. So she auto attacks you and moves, auto attacks you and moves, and if she's ahead, she's killed you. But that doesn't quite matter anymore because with all the nerfs and stuff that happened to her, she's no longer really useful. But Draven is kind of like that. Draven is has that mentality where I auto attack you, grab my axe, and just keep throwing axes at you, and every axe I catch, I speed up and get, keep my this extra attack speed I've got going. The one thing that I don't like about Draven is that his auto attack, the axe placement is just a tad short of the distance that you want it. So you do have to kind of do a little stutter at the very end. That's the only thing I don't like, but I mean, he's got insane damage if you get ahead. And if you got a good support, then it's just done for. Yeah, this here, I don't really know what's going on here. Twitch is just kind of standing here, and I think he flashed or something. It was like weird. But here we kill the Jax. I think that's a double kill for me. I don't know. But we kill the Jax, and then Diggs is just standing next to the Braum, so I just ult him, or I don't ult him, I Q him, and minions kill me plus his. So yeah, that was interesting. I think, let's see, right now 13-2 at this point. So I'm ridiculously fed, and I'm sitting here thinking like, ooh, 13-2, that's pretty nice. And I'm pretty sure these people are a bunch of like silver pieces of crap, probably. But that is literally all I get paired with. For whatever reason, that is all that Riot wants to pair me with. So this is what it is. Teemo sets up a nice play actually, which it was a good Teemo play. He sat in the bush, they went to go take Raptors. We came and Timo popped out of the bush to kill him. So I was quite surprised that that happened. I knew it was going to happen, but I was like, it's surprising because you don't see Timo play as often. It's kind of hard to have happen. And then he stays and dies, so. At the end of the day, did anything really get accomplished? So, we're dominating at this point. And that's pretty much it. They are going to render here shortly. But we do get caught out a bit, and that is one of the things that you don't want to do when you're losing is get caught out stupidly. Like, you don't want to die unnecessarily, because that's the one way that the enemy can get back in the game. Yeah, you'll notice that in a lot of my games, I have very minimal deaths. A lot of my games, I have the least deaths out of everyone, or second least. And that's mostly just because I understand that if you die, you're essentially just giving away the game. So better you live than do a risky play. That is, unless you're already losing, in which case then you gotta make some risky plays. Only a scenario like that. But, yeah. So I've having fun with Draven. I all here because I did not think I actually would have killed Caitlyn. That was interesting. Yeah, this is what a typical Draven game actually looks like, to be honest. I get super far ahead, and it's just a flat out snowball. For anyone that if you can play Draven well, I respect that a lot. And if you really want to climb as an ADC, practice Draven and normals to the point where you're just shitting on to the point where you're just shitting on the enemy, and then it's literally all good, because that means you're good to go into ranked. You're gonna just dominate in the air, and you'll end up hitting a point where your skill level evens out with everyone else. And that'll be the level you'll just climb faster, because Draven's just one of those champions. Then you gotta have a backup champion just in case your Draven gets banned for whatever reason, or more than likely picked away from you. So, end of the game coming up here. I'm literally just ignoring this Twitch. I make him burn his flash. I almost die here, but yeah, Warlords plus Death Stance for the win. I guess last thing about my build, since this is coming to a close, and mostly just been me commentating on the game and giving a little bit of advice on Draven. Last thing about my build, I'm just going for the normal Draven build right now, which is Death Stance, Fan Banster, Infinity Edge, Mark Scimitar. Yeah. I could go Dustblade, and I do like Dustblade, but if I go Dustblade, it's a different build, and I'll explain that. I'll explain that once the game's done, because it's almost done. It gets pretty. I like what happens here. So Caitlyn is going to get the tad too close here, and it's not like this is that big of a deal, but she's just gonna kind of die here, just for no good reason really, aside from the fact that I'm fed. So you can see Caitlyn's way too close here, so I'm just like, I'm gonna end up just being like, okay, I'm just gonna run forward here in a second. As you can see right here, I popped the W, hit her with a Q, and I knew it was gonna do enough damage because I'm that far ahead. And so yeah, that was this ridiculous Draven game. I guess it's not that ridiculous. I don't know, 20 kills kind of sounds ridiculous in a typical scenario, but if you're ahead, then it's more than half the kill. The other Draven build that I go with Dustblade is I start with Phantom Dancer, then I go into Dustblade, then I take a Rapid Fire because all my damage is on like my first auto. So literally, I'm just hoping that that Rapid Fire plus the Dustblade going to just completely decimate somebody, and if on a squishy it will. Um, and then after Rapid Fire, I'll get IE, and Berserker Greaves gets thrown in there somewhere. And then I'll end with Last Whisper. And the difference is when I'll go each build, wrap things up. The default build is pretty much for when the enemy has tanks, or when the enemy has a lot of people that are gonna potentially try to fight me 1v1. That's because I get Fan Dancer in the normal build. In the other build with Dustblade, I don't get Phantom Dancer because I'm just going through reverse and kill, so I don't really think Phantom Dancer is all that useful in that build. And I'm just going for quick kill, so I skip out on Phantom Dancer for a Rapid Fire instead. And that build is mostly for squishies, because the Dustblade doesn't really do anything against tanks. So yeah. Thanks guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, remember to like and subscribe if you did. And see you on the next one. Thanks.